This is the Kicking It podcast where we talk all things women's rugby league.
And stories to inspire and entertain. Come kick it with us.
Welcome back to another episode of Kicking It. My name is Kiana Takairangi and I'm feeling a little bit lost today because my bestie and co-host who's usually here isn't here today. She's at home with a sick bubba, but I've made a phoned a friend, and I brought in Newcastle Knight.
Nita Maynard. Oh, thanks for the intro.
You're introducing yourself. Already mucking up. First day on the job. I do that. No, I'm kidding. How are you, Neats?
I'm really good. Thanks, Corbs. It's my opportunity to put myself out there, and I'm ready to roll with it.
Love that. Great job. And we're joined by another guest here today. Really excited about this one. Someone who we've been wanting to get on the show for a little bit now, but she's actually probably done it all just about in footy in our game. You're a New Zealand Multi All-Star. You've also represented New South Wales in State of Origin. You're an Australian Jillaroo, and you're the captain of the Inaugural West Tigers NRLW team.
Botille Vette-Welsh.
Woohoo! Welcome, Bobo.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
How you, Bo? You good?
Yeah, good. Sweaty. Sorry. Nervous.
Sweaty. No need to be nervous here. We're all friends here. Bit of a laugh. Nothing too serious. Anything you want to add to that? No. We'll move on. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do a really quick review of the games from the weekend. I know you're probably not wanting to talk too much about your game. Me neither. Nah, I'm kidding. You're happy.
Yes, barely happy. You know, went right down to the wire, but we woke up in a much happier mood than the both. Oh, yeah, been in the pair of you. Sorry.
Really.
Well, I'm not all sad. I was a little bit disappointed. Obviously, I didn't get a start this weekend. I got cut from the team for this week, but you know, shit happens. You got to move on. But my girls got a really good win up in Townsville against the Cowboys. So Sharks won that game. It was 40 points to 12. Nita, I know you watched that one. What were your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I think watching that game back, I thought that's the Sharks that would see throughout the season, and probably having Jada Taylor back was a huge in for you. Just those combinations, her being able to link up with the halves, and in particular Emma and Jada Taylor combination was unreal. They just were splitting the defense open. Both of them got really nice, tidy footwork, but they're super fast as well, and I just thought that was just the difference. Like having Jada there, everybody just seemed to be a lot more in sync. So yeah, I know Andy Robinson had been filling in at the back for a couple of weeks now. She's done a really great job, but I just think Jada Taylor, like, she didn't make the move from the Roosters for no reason, and she's like a player of the future, and the future is now for her. So it's great to see her get the opportunity and really maximise it. She scored a nice tidy try on the right side, in and out.
Yeah, she
on
did.
The centre.
That was great.
Yeah, ankles, eh?
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
Ankles.
So no,
She's
that was
mean
really
though. She's so quick, eh?
She's really
it's so
fast.
like wise for how young she is.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
only a baby, but she's mean.
Yeah, I was watching her, like, after the huddle, after she had scored that try, and she was barking orders, and they were just saying over the commentary how much chat she brings to the squad. You know, she's always organising the team, and you'd know as a fullback, Bo, how important it is to have those comms coming through. So just seeing her in that aspect as well, like you go, she's quite wise for her young age.
Yeah, absolutely. It was exactly what you said. I thought that she was probably what we've been lacking the last few weeks, you know, on the back of 3 losses. So it was a do or die for us. And yeah, so good to have her back in there, and so good to see the girls get a massive win because we needed it. So we live on. We're back in the game now.
Yeah, I know. Like with all the results coming through, it's anyone's game. Like that top 4, it's not locked in just yet. Like, even though you've had a couple teams that have had maybe one loss, like ourselves, like anything can happen in these next 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So you could be in, you could be out. So looking forward to the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And then the second game of the weekend was your Tigers.
I know.
Coming against the Dragons. It was a close one. It ended up being 20-18 to the Dragons. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, we had a pretty good first half. We were in it. We had heaps of the ball, so everything kind of felt easy. And in that second half, we just tried way too hard and forced too many passes. And we just walked them back up the park and held their hand while they came back into the game.
Makes it hard when you do that, doesn't it?
Yeah, so hard, so disappointing. I think we're learning off every loss, but we've had enough learnings. It's time to actually stop making the same mistakes and start to, play a bit better.
And that's your guys' second loss of the season, is that correct? Third. Okay.
Yeah, 3 in a row.
So 3 in a row now. Oh no, you've got our Sharks disease.
Got it late. Got it late in the season.
It's not a nice
But yeah,
one.
and we got a tough ride from now on too. We got Roosters this weekend, Titans, Bronx, and then these guys. So
Tough ride home.
yeah,
That's all right.
it's gonna be fun.
You never know though. Like as you said, all the games have been pretty up and down. Like the favourites don't always win. So who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows what
fingers
can happen.
crossed.
Yeah. Did you see any of that game?
Yeah, I did. I seen part of it, and I just think a real crucial component for the Dragons is Racing McGregor. Like I spoke about it the last time I was on this podcast, but she's just able to direct the team. She puts them in the good positions, like her pass selection, her kicking options. Like she's the real deal, you know. Like every time that I see her, and they're in those tight games, she seems to be able to get them over the line. So yeah.
She's linking up with Tyler pretty mean too, eh?
And for someone like Tyler who hasn't played a lot of football, rugby league in particular,
Yeah.
It can be daunting because like playing in the line and in particular on defense, like that's quite hard to do, especially you've got some really strong back rowers out there. So I thought she was awesome as well.
One of those strong back rowers, Kezzy App, she scored her fourth try in 4 games.
4 in a row.
How good's that?
She's killing it, eh? She's like, looks like she's enjoying her footy. She's leading us around quite good. And then she's just having to play her own game and not have to do too much. And she's like soaking up the moments.
Absolutely.
She's probably one of our top try scorers too.
I think
She
she'd have
would
to
be,
be.
Yeah. Her and
layup there.
Yeah.
How is that for you? Because you're obviously the captain, but having someone like Kezzy Apps beside you, how important is that? Just having that extra leadership to help the team
she's
out?
good. She's really good. She's very smart and intelligent with her words. So she brings all the the proper words to say, and I just talk passion. So she takes all that cool leadership stuff, and I just talk out of the heart and make everyone remember why we do what we do and enjoy it. And it's a good balance. I can like palm off some of the media stuff that I suck at, and she kills it. And every time we do like talking stuff together, she like sounds so smart, and then here I am, can't even like say any cool words. All I'm talking about is being mean and all good, and she's got all these fancy stuff to say. So
It's right,
she's
Bobo.
good.
You're authentic.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but
That's what
people
authentic
wanna
sounds
see.
not that cool. They sound so cool.
You
I
are.
sound like I haven't finished school.
Did you? No, I'm kidding.
I did. I actually did. I was. What about when I first moved to Australia? They put me in English second language.
No.
I was jux of intermediate in New Zealand. I came here, they put me in English second language. I was like, do you know we speak English in New Zealand? Your results didn't show us
That
that.
is so
Yes,
funny.
I know.
You should have just rolled with it. You
We
just
played
should've
like
said,
bingo for English class.
I'm dying. That's the funniest thing
And for
ever.
those who don't know, both her parents are school teachers.
I know. So I'm actually pretty smart.
Oh my gosh, it's a slap in the face.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's a bit funny. But you guys are a great combo. I think the two of you
bounce off each other well.
works really well. Love that.
Thanks.
The third game that we had for the weekend was Roosters versus Titans. Roosters came away with a big win and ended up being 30-8. Did anyone catch any of that game?
Yeah, I caught a bit of it at the start, and they were really in the grind for a lot of it. The Titans. It wasn't until the class of like your Taryn Aikens, once I think she made a breakthrough and kicked a little chip over the top of the fullback.
Yeah.
After the break to score her try, but she was setting up tries. She was linking. She was throwing long balls. Like she was an absolute menace out there
Doing it
for
all.
the Titans. And I just really think for the Titans, they just lack the finesse. They get to the right points. Like they're a really gritty team. We played them the week prior. They're really strong through the middle, so they've got the caliber of players like through their middle. But again, we spoke about it before. Just their young halves, as great as they do, just that little bit of organisational skills when they're in good ball to maximise the opportunities down there. I think that's just what they lack. I mean, they got good kicking games, but they're just not able to finish off like those last passes just to get them to the right people, just to, counting numbers or creating numbers and seeing that space.
So they're still missing Fui. Does anyone know what's going on with her, or if it was
She
actually Achilles? Yeah, she's been injured, but no
Yeah,
one's really spoken too much about it, or when she
no.
would be back, because she's probably the missing piece as well for them.
Oh, 100%. I think if you have someone like her that's in the game who can help direct, because I think a lot their halves that they currently have, they have lots of X factor, but they're just missing that little bit of a direction and that little bit of organisation to really maximise the opportunities down in that good ball area.
And then the Roosters are just freakish at the moment. Did you guys see Corb's try though? Anyone see that one?
I heard, because we were I was out in the pool with London, There's about 6 games on the sad day. I don't know.
So many footy games
Oh
now to
my
watch.
gosh, like as good as it is, we had captain's run that day, and like you just get so off footy at one stage, but there's nothing else to do, so you go back and watch it anyways. But Jack told me that she scored a nice little full-length try.
Yeah, just about full length. It was so good. I think it was Taryn or someone put her through like a heaps good hole. She just gone the distance.
Oh, cool.
Got over. It was really cool to watch.
Gosh, she hasn't missed a step since she's been back after having baby, hey? Like,
No.
even like her fitness, like I've been watching her a lot and how she pushes through in and around her players, and it seriously looks like she hasn't even missed a step since she's had baby.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't even know that she had a year off of footy.
Literally, she's back at it and killing it, which is so good to see. The next game, you've got 2 more to get through. Newcastle's Broncos. So that was you guys up in Newey. I know you were before the boys, which looked really cool. You had a big crowd out there to support you guys before the men's game.
Yeah, it was massive.
You came away with the win.
Even when we went out for the warm-up, like, people were filing in. So typically there's no one there for the warm-up because they haven't even opened the gate.
Corb just sent me a message earlier saying that the gates before our games aren't opening until 5 minutes before kickoff.
But obviously with the sellout crowd, they were trying to get them through nice and early.
True. Wait, it was a sellout?
Yeah, it was a sellout.
Right.
So I think, I can't remember the exact numbers for the boys, but they said over the mic, like about 15 minutes left in our game, that there was 17,000 people in attendance for the NRLW game.
So cool.
So I'm not too sure when they take that marker, but it was packed. It was loud. We obviously went down to the wire, scored in the last minute. So the kicking of the goal, I don't know how Jesse could do that, because that was to win the game for us, and I'm not too sure if I'd be confident in doing that in front of so much people, like the pressure.
Yeah.
But
That's Jessie all over. Hey, she thrives off those moments, I
loves
feel like.
it. And
Loves
see
it.
her, she kicked the goal afterward and she was like...
Going off.
Oh, 100%.
Where was the Roosters game then? Were they up in...
uh,
Where did they play?
where was their game?
Gold Coast?
Actually, they were in the Gold
Oh,
Coast.
yes, they were. They
Sorry.
were before the Titans men's game.
Great input. You.
Here for a reason.
So good. Okay, so that must have just happened up there, which is pretty crappy.
No,
Yeah.
our one was 10 minutes before our kickoff as gates open as well.
So no one's in. Like,
Yeah.
get the people in and in their seats first.
Yeah, I don't understand why they do that. Hey, like when it's a double header, like what's the point? What's like open the gate 15, 20 minutes, even a half an hour before the game
Yeah.
kicks
Just to
off?
start catching a warm up, eh?
Yeah, because you're not going to rush in and then you need to go straight to the bar and you're not going to buy food straight away. Like, that's not why people come watch the women's
Yeah.
game. They come to support. A lot of them are family members or actual fans of the NRLW. You see a lot of kids that are coming through the gates as well. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what's the reasoning behind that.
Yeah, we'll have to suss it out for sure then. One person I thought in your game that was a standout was Scucky, Shanice Parker.
Yeah.
She gets a mention every episode.
She's been playing really, really well, eh?
I know, right? Like, since having baby, she's just calmed down a whole lot more. She, like, if anyone knows Scucky, she's a little bit frantic. She's a little bit, you know? She's always on the go. She's always forgetting something. Mind you, she still forgets something. She's always that person in our group chats like, where's the address? Where are we meeting? What do we need to bring? Does anyone have a spare ticket?
Yeah.
That's typical Scucky behaviour. But on field, she's just been unreal for us. She's been so safe out on their edge. And her ball playing abilities, like her little quick passes.
Quick hands, yeah.
Yeah, they've been unreal. I think she's pretty up there in terms of like...
The best centres in the game, is that what you're about to say?
For sure.
Ball playing wise. 100%.
Yeah, yeah.
And vision, eh? She's got good vision.
Yeah, killing it. And then who else did I write down? Off for Broncos, Mele got another try. She scores every week, I think.
I know. I'm a bit annoyed at that one because we spoke about her coming back against the grain, and it was actually off the error of mine. Like I went to go try and make a break, and like the ball just hit my thigh and just like fumbled out on the ground. It was so embarrassing. Anyways, we had to defend that set. We had actually done really well, and I think it was last. And they went all the way out to the left. I pushed up high, like we had said, like make sure you push up high. I didn't quite shut the gate, so I didn't come across further enough. And yeah, she just went through like a gaping hole that was left.
Yeah. That sucks. Hey, it hurts.
Oh, it hurts so bad, especially
Making the
when
error
like,
before a try.
making the error, being in the screen when they like put it on review.
Highlights. Highlights for all the wrong reasons.
100%. So it'll be something that I know that will be a discussion that comes up in a part of my review.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's an absolute freak. I thought someone who was done really well was Mariah Denman. She was unreal. I think she had the most carry meters. She had like multiple breaks.
I got her 239 run meters in the
Oh my
middle.
gosh.
That's massive. And she's a middle.
Yes. Did you see her breaks though? She made like 4 straight through the middle.
The middle, exactly.
Just
yeah.
good footwork, eh? Like last minute footwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she was just hitting the line really well. And then she also does like, she tips it on, but, you know, she was showing and going straight through those holes. So she was unreal. And even her tackle count, like her work rate was unreal in that game.
Massive, hey. Doing all Bo's trick, the old show and go. I've seen
Yeah.
that from you a few times.
Yeah, got no speed at left, no. Show and go, and there's nothing after it.
Come on.
Come on, geeks.
No.
It's all right. You got Jakai out there on the left edge.
looking
Just
for the
skip.
finishes.
Yeah, skip.
Yeah, you do. So good win from you guys. I know we play you next week. We're going to chat about that one shortly. But then the last game of the round was Para versus Raiders. That was a close one. Bo, I don't even think we're going to ask you because you didn't really watch any of these games
I
on the
was too
Sunday.
busy having a cry that we lost, so I didn't want to watch. I didn't even watch like the highlights on NRLW. I was like, get out of here.
Isn't that
So
the
busy
worst?
all
Yeah, Instagram. I feel like there's all the
especially
updates.
after a loss.
Yeah.
Like when you win, it's like, yeah, look how mean we are. Then when you lose, you're like, oh, far out.
Unfollow.
I don't even want to play on my phone now.
Yeah, no.
Phone down.
So funny. But that Raiders game, they got up 28-22, but it was a close one. Eels were in it.
I know. I didn't think everybody expected that. Like, I didn't watch the full game. I watched some of the highlights, and the Parramatta, they just scored some pretty good tries as well. I know that I seen Puka show long, hit short with Abby Church coming out. Cassie Tohi Hiku, she went down the short side and just palmed her way down the sideline and just barreled over to score a try. So no, I was happy for them. They've actually been working hard. I know that the girls there, they'll be feeling it. They've come into the season not too much experience, and you know that they're putting in. And there's only one way to learn, unfortunately. And because the game's expanded and there's so much movement within the game, they weren't able to keep up in that instance. But no, they showed some real good grit out there, and I was happy that they came close. Like it was really great.
I think with Rat back, they're building. Like last week was a good game for them. This week they went close again. So I reckon they're definitely looking to find a win in these last few games of the round. How many to go? 4 actually. There's only 4
still
games to
4
go.
more games. We would have been done though. Like
Yeah.
imagine like last year, 5 game semis and finals.
It's crazy.
I love that. I
So
love
good.
looking forward to more
Yeah, to another
games.
week, eh?
Yeah.
When you lose, you're like, oh, all good, we go again next week.
We go again.
So that was another good round of footy. So round 5 done. Let's have a quick look at round 6, hey? So first game of the round coming up this weekend, Eels versus Cowboys.
Ooh, I think coming off the back of that conversation that we just spoke about the Eels, I think that again they're building. Are they getting Kennedy back? Is she back this week or is she back next
4
week?
weeks.
4 weeks.
I don't
she's-
even know how long
she
it's
missed
been.
2. She's got 2 more to go.
Yeah,
She'll make the
okay.
last 2 of the
Okay.
season.
But they kind of stepped up well, and if they're that close, the weekend just gone.
Yes.
I think they're kind of making a statement that they don't need big players to be able to compete. They're doing really well
Exactly.
as they are.
I've been really impressed with Tyler Amiatu.
Yes.
The
Spoke
young
about her last week.
Yeah, the young prop forward, she's been unreal for them. She's been able to get that momentum going forward. Having someone like LCR but missing as well, like I think she's just stepped up to the play and really relished in that position. And also Amelia Murphy, she's been really killing it out on the edge. I know she's been trugging it, doing the hard yards throughout the whole season. So she's really stepped up for a leader that I can see from an outside point of view. So yeah, I think I'm tipping the Eels.
Eels? What do you reckon?
Yes.
Who are you going for?
Yeah, I'll go the Eels too.
Eels? I think
Yeah,
I'm going to
after-
go the Eels
after
too.
the weekend, yeah. I
Yeah.
reckon.
And Cowboys were surprisingly super off their game on the weekend. Can they turn it around? I'm not sure. Will Eels be gritty enough to get them?
I think they can turn it around. Like they've got the caliber of players,
Yeah.
but like you said, they were just under the pump the whole time.
Yeah.
You didn't really see some of the good stuff that they typically do. Like I think for them, it's going up through the middle, and then they've got some nice, real fast, handy backs out there on the edges.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it really for them it starts through the middle. They need to really muscle up on the Eels and then really build that momentum for them to start shifting that ball around.
It's going to be a good one. And then the second game that we got is Dragons versus Titans. What are you thinking of that one? Dragons for another win?
I think it'll be close, but I'm still tipping the Dragons. I just know that for them, they'll be really hard on themselves after going down to the Roosters in such a big score.
Or wait, you're going for Titans?
Yes, I'm going for the Titans.
Sorry, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Who did I say?
You said Dragons.
Oh, okay, sorry.
going for Titans, yes.
Yeah, going for the Titans. yeah, I just think they're really strong through the middle. I found that they're a really physical team, so I know that they'll be able to bring that physicality to the pack, and I think that's probably an area that the Dragons really lacking, is just having that real consistent pack and really tight around the middle. I think there's quite a lot of opportunities out there, and I know Loz Brown coming off the bench, she's nice and handy to really work her magic when she gets onto the field.
What do you reckon, Bobo? Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go Titans too.
Titans as well?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to go Titans as well. There we go. All three of us on the same page. Next game, Roosters versus Tigers. You v Corby.
Yeah, up the Tigers.
Is that all you got to say?
Yeah, nah, yeah, I back us.
Yes. What do you think?
I think you guys could be in for the upset, but it's hard to go past the current form. Like,
Yeah.
they've been unreal as of late. I think if you really want to give it to them, you know, go through the middle. But you've got the pack to do so. You've got Salatoa Tuki, Kezi Apps out there, and also Nevada George and Christian Pio. Like, their combination's been unreal. Like, I know watching throughout the Harvey Norman season and just seeing that translate into the NRLW, they've been awesome. Like, they've been getting you on the forefront. I think Nevada's been pushing out some huge minutes for you, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think she plays almost full game. She comes off for a little spell and then she's straight back on.
Yeah,
So
and she's
good.
been really, like, sometimes when you stay in the middle in particular, like for the whole game, you become ineffective. But I found watching her, she's been really effective in her ball playing ability.
Yeah, she's good on the with her long balls and like just being able to take it to the line and give
Still play,
as a middle
yeah.
is
A good
tough
skill.
job, yeah.
For sure. So wait, who are you going for?
I'll pick the Roosters, but I think that sorry, I changed my mind. Oh, I'm getting the big
Can we
eyes.
walk
Auntie
out
best
now? Or?
If I was a betting man, but because I'm loyal, I'll pick the Tigers.
Yeah,
Go
there
the
we
Tigers.
2v1, we've already won.
so
Doesn't matter what you
funny.
reckon now.
I'm going to go Tigers.
Oh,
No, kidding.
Oh.
Sorry, all the beer at home spewing here.
I got to
and there.
support Corbs because she's not here, you know, so I'll take her vote and say Roosters.
Yeah, I reckon on paper Roosters got a great team, and after watching their last couple of games this season, they're very sharp. But yeah, hoping for an upset.
Yeah, there we go. It's been done before. Canberra got
Yeah.
them. It's definitely doable. The last game of the round, Knights v Sharkies. Us two over here.
I know.
What are you thinking? Who are you backing?
Well, I'm obviously backing ourselves.
Like in itself.
Sorry, I just looked over there and there's this like sheen of black.
Oh, please. You're
I looked
talking about
towards
yourself.
No, I'm definitely backing the girls. I'm sure that would be quite disappointed in some of the areas over the weekend. We're a bit loose in the middle, and that's somewhere that I play. So we kind of pride ourselves on, not coming through the middle of us. So we're going to tighten that up throughout the week. I know that there's a lot of... You've got a lot of X factor in terms of ball playing ability. So if we really want to take this game by the hound, we're going to have to go straight through the middle and really build that pressure and tire you guys out, because you guys are very fitter, you know?
Wow, shots fired already. I thought we were going to be nice today.
What? I said you were fitter.
Oh, I thought you said not.
No.
thought
Oh,
you
you
said
must
not
be
to.
old.
Yes, you definitely said
Maybe you did,
not.
because you said dragons before and you didn't realise.
Well, look, I got caught in the middle of early this morning, and she thought I was sleeping. But you
Still
know
got
what?
him playing here
I was
on.
working. I have.
Can you say that a bit
jabs.
louder, Bo? Can you say that again?
No, because she tipped the Tigers, so I won't say it too loud.
Okay, I think I know what you said. It was something to do with your playing hair still.
Oh no! Sad.
She's still rattled.
Sad to my playing here because I
Again.
didn't have an opportunity to wash my hair today. That's all right, guys.
Okay, I'm sorry for bringing it up, but grateful that you've come in, so I won't be mean to you anymore. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but what do you think, Bobo? Who you got?
I reckon it's going to be a good game with Jada Taylor back in the mix. It's going to be very close, but it will be good to see her and Tamika go at it.
Yes.
Tamika's the man as well, so
Yeah, freaky meeky.
yeah. Still sorry, Keeks. I'm going Knights.
Whatever.
Yeah, we got freaky Mickey. She
Whatever.
saved a few, set up a couple. You know, she's just unreal.
Every week.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's good
consistent.
every week.
Like, it's so crazy that she doesn't get the accolades this season because she hasn't been outstanding in terms of these break rate tries. But no one really sees, like, how much effort she does in our games. Like, she's so safe out the back. She makes half breaks. She puts people through holes. So, yeah, just I think for her, like, in terms of her leadership, she's taken it upon herself. Hannah's been out. She was out this weekend. She was out earlier in the season. So she's just really
Yeah.
stepped up for us.
Is Hannah all good? I was wondering what happened with
Yeah,
that.
so she is. She actually is. So it's just precautionary. Actually, Bo went through similar things like coming back and just the swelling of the knee.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just best not to, you spend 11 months rehabbing to get to that point, and it's just not worth the risk. There's
Yeah.
still
There's a
plenty
long way to
left
go.
in the season. I know that we put like a priority on your individual health before the team perspective, because
Yeah.
it's really
Especially
important.
with knees, they just go again so quickly, and then you're out for 12 months again, and it's such a long recovery. I reckon with Tamika though, she's like so mean that she set a standard of being mean. So anytime like she does great things, we're like, oh yeah, that's just what Tamika does, instead of being like, fuck,
Holy
she's
moly,
mean.
yeah, exactly.
Like she's so good. This is the Tamika,
It's
the
just-
Tamika captain, and she just always plays that great now. So we're just like, oh yeah, that's her standard.
Yeah, so she needs to do like a full length of the full length of the field try or something ridiculous to
Yeah.
get
So,
a wrap
I
now.
feel like
Hey,
she still like can do that, and we're like, oh yeah, that's Tamika.
Yeah.
Instead of giving her the rap that that she
Exactly.
deserves.
oh yeah, okay, she finally got over. Jeez.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
has
only
she been
300
doing?
meters.
Exactly. She's a freak, that one. But yeah, another big round of league coming up this week. How exciting!
Yes, I know. Still 4 more rounds. Like I'm so happy for the girls to be in this situation where we're going to continue to see some debutantes come throughout. Like there's going to be some injuries coming through, but also just like the passing of the torch as well to bleed some of the younger players through. One young girl that played with me at Harvey Norman, Tanika Toddhunter, she's one to watch. She's a dummy half. I really, really rate her. I think she's just turned 21. She's really sharp. She reminds me a lot of who's the 9 up in Cowboys?
Manselman.
Yeah, Emma Mansman, very similar, very, very sharp. But she's really strong in the middle in terms of defense as well. So
Where is she playing at?
she's playing at Parramatta
Oh,
at
cool.
the moment. So
Did she just debut?
Yeah, so
Yes.
she actually was a development player. I'm not too sure if they've had any injuries or she's just been promoted purely because of her training ability. But
Cool.
I'm not surprised to see her in that space because she works really hard. She's a quiet achiever. But yeah, she's unreal. She's so talented.
So
She
good.
that one with the black hair?
Yes.
Oh yeah, she's mean, eh?
Yeah, she's really good.
There we go. We'll have to keep an eye out on her then.
Mm.
Let's chat a little bit more about Bobo, our guest. Are you excited?
Scared.
Nah, kidding. Nothing crazy. But tell the listeners, where are you from back home?
I'm from a little town called Taipa, which is in the far, far north of New Zealand. We're like 4 and a bit hours north of Auckland, so we're out in the Wops. But we're on the beaches, so it's like the nice areas.
For anyone who doesn't know what the wops are, what are the wops?
Oh, the Wops is like
The
out in the bush. We're out in the bush, but we've got the bush and we've got the ocean, so
beach.
we're best of both worlds.
Nice, love it. And how long have you been living here in Australia for? Or did you grow up back home?
Yeah, so I moved here when I was 14, so 2010. We come over as a family. So what is that? 13 years.
Nice.
Crazy.
And what was it like growing up back home?
It was mean. It was cool. There's so much to do, but if you were to go back now, there's nothing to do. We just grow up in the ocean, mucking around, so much things to get up to. I don't know, just swim, hang out, play footy. I played rugby, union, and went to school. That's all the fun things I could get up to.
So you grew up playing union?
Yeah, played union with my brother. When I was 4, my dad chucked me in my brother's team, and I'm the only girl with 3 older brothers, so he was like, here's my 4th son, chuck her in. And yeah, I played rugby with my brother up until I was 14 when we moved over here.
That makes sense now why she's a gun.
Yes, so she's the youngest as well.
Yeah. I always wished I was a boy so I could hang out with my brothers, and that was the closest I could get to them.
I love
And
that.
just a shout out to Dane because we have the better Vette-Welsh here.
My poor brother gets so much slack for, he played footy, but he goes all right. And his, you know how for Ron Massey and that they have those little booklets that they get.
Bios? Guess what was
yeah.
in his bio?
And so my brother was playing for St. Mary's, and in his little bio it was like, Dane Vette-Welsh is the brother of Botille Vette-Welsh, who plays for Parramatta Eels or something like that. This was last year, and he was so gutted, eh?
He'd be so
He took a
devastated.
photo and highlighted and sent it through. My poor brother.
That's the best. That's like every brother's nightmare.
Yeah.
Hey? Like you never want to be the brother
The
of.
brother, yeah.
Your sister.
And he's
It's
the
meant to be
brother,
other
like,
way.
but in a book, so there's like receipts. You are the brother. Poor
That's
fella.
the best.
I've still got that photo, and it circulates the
Every
family
birthday.
Vibers regularly. Actually,
I love
I love
that.
putting out a post and tagging him in it
Yeah.
every time. He's the best and worst supportive brother ever.
Yo.
Like, he asked for tickets to the grand final, got him some tickets to the grand final. It rained. He's like, oh, I'm not coming. It's raining.
No.
Yo, he'll ask for like if I can't get him tickets, he's like, oh nah, don't worry. Like we're pretty busy that day anyways. I'm like, cool. I didn't even. My whole family this year for my comeback game got like shirts with like my face and everything on, and he didn't want one.
That's so rude.
But the company like stuffed it up and gave us 2 extra shirts. So when they came out, I was like, oh, we got your shirt. And like he's got a girlfriend, Nicole, and she's really nice, but she's like a city girl.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I got you a shirt too. So she had to wear it to the game too.
Forced it upon them,
Yeah,
was it?
forced it upon them. So they should.
Oh. So they should.
Yeah.
It's your first
Can't
game back.
support him, so might as well support
Exactly.
me.
Support me. I love that.
No, I think he's just filthy because he's not the one that made it. He came up through the ranks. He played Harold Matts out at Roosters, and
Yeah.
so he's
Oh,
actually he was on the trajectory to make it, and then his sister comes along.
Does it all for him.
Yeah,
Poor fella.
That's all right. That's okay. You've
it's
got to
all right.
support
Forever
your
in
fam.
your shadow.
Yeah. he's good at other stuff.
That's good
I'm
then.
sure.
And
Drinking.
apart from,
I know he runs marathons
Oh,
now.
he runs marathons now.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's like 110 kgs and he runs like
Marathons.
30 Ks every weekend.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Shit.
He like gets us out here to my Bronny, my partner, does like drone footage and camera stuff. So he's like,
Of
do you
him.
just want to come out and like video me running? I was like, nah.
That would be so
Do you want to come to my
boring.
game?
Like,
No.
who would want to watch someone running
Run, yo.
for that far?
He's
It'd
like,
be that
can you guys
boring.
come out at probably like 5? The sun comes up at 6, but we'll be by the Opera House at 6. So if you guys just follow us. I was like,
Could
no.
you imagine that? How would you actually do that? So because you have to be in range as well. So you'd probably have to run alongside them at some point.
Oh,
to
we like drove and then we parked up and then I was like, where are you guys? And then they'd run and then we'd video them and then we'd drive to the next spot. We're like, how far are you guys? Literally for 2 hours trying to
that's
find
what
them.
you call a supportive
Yeah,
society.
so he's supportive
Yeah,
for free. Well, he bought us breakfast.
basically.
He
was
bought you
like-
something. Wow.
Yeah, I know. You just see what he buys for birthday presents too. My
What
brother,
is
he
that?
bought my brother
Yep.
$300 worth of Wagyu beef.
Wow.
And he bought me some sparkly shoes, some sparkly runners.
Oh.
They were like, I'm
Kmart?
sure, yeah.
Oh.
Nah, they were Adidas, but they were
Oh,
like
okay.
probably on like the hot sale, get rid of them. Part of the thing.
chance.
Grateful, because that's probably my first present. I'll
Deal
get.
of the day.
Yeah,
That was a catch of the day. Catch of the day.
yeah. Thank God for Nicole. Now she helps him get good presents for
That's
us.
good
Yeah.
then. He's
Yeah.
learning then.
Good on
Yeah,
you,
thank
Nicole.
God for
That's
Nicole.
funny.
My poor
Aside,
brother.
for your brother, I just got roasted for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Nah. Aside from rugby, did you play anything else growing up? I think Nita mentioned you're a bit of a.
you're a bit of a track athlete.
Yeah,
you
I did
know.
athletics.
There you go.
When I was
Yes,
younger. Athletics, touch, union. We didn't really play league. League wasn't up there
Yeah.
at all when we were there
It's
until
not
we
really
moved.
in all over, especially in smaller towns outside
Yeah.
in New Zealand. Like it wasn't in Gisborne either, where I'm from. So.
Yeah, it's all rugby union. You want to be like an All Black.
Just
All
on
Black
the
for it.
track life, I remember you told me a story when you used to rock up and, get ready and you went to go put on these non-existent spikes.
Oh, yo. So, because we're from up north, we don't wear shoes when we were kids. So, we used to go down to like Whangarei or Auckland for races. And so, driving to Auckland, obviously, you go the night before if you're going to compete. We've competed in the Trans-Tasman Games, which is like when New South Wales or a bit of Aussie come over to New Zealand and we race. Me and one of the other boys, there was like, 100 or 200 kids competing. And they asked us to get some white shoes and bring it to the opening ceremony or anything, but we had already left home. I don't even own shoes, and so me and one of these other boys that ended up being my cousin were the only one in the whole people that were competing that had no shoes on.
Oh no!
And I tried we did this little march thing around the athletics track, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll jump at the back row. So that's a circle. I'm jumping at the back row, thinking, oh yeah, once we get around, I'm going to be in the back row. No one's going to see me. That back row become the front row. I don't know any of the dance moves for this opening ceremony. I got no shoes on. I look like, so I'm like this hoary ass little kid. Dark. I didn't wear shoes until I got into intermediate, and you actually have to wear shoes to school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like running out here, no shoes on. Everyone's got spikes. My dad did get me these blocks, running blocks.
Yeah.
So I was the only kid up north that used to run with
running blocks.
So
no shoes, but you had
no,
blocks.
Yeah, no shoes. We didn't. We running on grass. We don't need shoes.
True.
But yeah, I was the only one. My dad used to make me always run with these blocks so that I was professional. But no one else, and I used to be so embarrassed. No one else had blocks.
That's the best.
So I looked like I was just this weirdo that used to run with these things on the ground. I was pretty quick, but
Yeah, I was about to say,
I'd
did you go
rather
good
be
though?
quick and I'd rather be slow.
With shoes?
Nah, I don't
No.
like shoes. It wasn't probably till Aussie that we started having to wear shoes always.
Right.
Once, so 15
Yeah,
years
you're
old.
not allowed in schools. You're not allowed to wear bare feet at school, hey?
Yeah.
It's
Like,
like an
that's-
occupational health and
Yeah,
safety
it's
thing.
so
Yeah.
crazy. Like, I've never... In New Zealand, like, you take your shoes off at the door.
Yeah.
You don't wear your shoes in your classrooms.
You don't usually
Yeah,
take
right.
shoes to the marae too, otherwise they're gone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You've got flash shoes, they're not coming home with you.
Even just
Go with no shoes at all and you're safe.
gummies are the
We-
new thing, hey?
Yeah,
You-
jandals.
Yeah.
That's
Can't even take
funny.
those.
Gummies are pretty expensive. We went to New Zealand the other month and they cost $80.
Yeah, I
Gum
bought
boots.
some.
That's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive when you don't wear shoes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
your first pair of shoes. Actually, my first flash pair of shoes were these like Vans and they were army print with love hearts on them.
Ooh,
How old I've
cute.
been, like 12, 13. And I took them to rugby training because I was like, yeah, look, I got shoes. And they're so flash. They cost like a lot of money. They were from the surf shop. And I left them at the rugby post when we were training because you don't train in shoes, obviously.
They're gone.
And the tractor mower fella come around and he ran them over. And so I was like, oh shit, my shoes. Ran back over to the other field to find where my shoes are by the post, and they were like chopped up. I know. You see what I mean? I was like, oh, I don't need flash
At
shoes.
least-
Someone's got to run them over with a lawnmower.
At least if someone stole it, you could have potentially seen them and like
Yeah,
they
had
knocked
a
them
fight
out.
for them. I'll fight you for
Exactly.
my shoes back.
But they ran them over.
but they
That's
ran them
so
over with a
sad.
lawnmower, and then they got chopped. They were like my coolest first ever pair of shoes, and I was gutted.
Maybe we'll find you another pair of them.
Yeah,
and we'll
army.
give them to
They were
you.
like cool as army pink
With
love hearts. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll try to
Vans.
find some. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
That's the best. Hey, with growing up in New Zealand, actually, for both of you, do you guys support the Warriors?
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
When you move here, you're like, yeah, go the Warriors. And then after them not doing too well for so many years, you're like, oh, let me just find another team just because.
Yeah, you
I
got to
like,
have
a
your
little bit of
backup
love.
team.
Yeah, otherwise it's just so stressful.
It's so hard. It's like an emotional roller coaster
Yeah,
supporting them.
100%.
Hey, like when Brad was playing for Para, I was like, okay, I'll be a Para fan, but it was exactly the same thing. 1 week they're great, and next week they're bloody awful. The Warriors are usually like that, but
yeah,
they're killing
it this year. But like even with them doing so well, you're like, should I jump back on the wagon, or am I the
You
jinx
should
that
stay
are
off
gonna
the
make
wagon.
Yeah, see?
You stay off because
okay.
I've been on it.
You've been on
been
it.
on?
I've been on.
So you think
Yeah.
you're the good luck?
Day
Yeah, see,
one.
I'm not.
Wait, but have you guys seen any of the stuff on TikTok? Actually, the game that they just went past on the weekend of all the spider wars, I think they're calling
Yes.
themselves. Have you seen that?
Nah.
Spider wars.
There's like, I don't know, 50 of them and they dress up in Spider-Man outfits and they go to the games and they're so crazy. Like, they're so loud.
Like full hard out fans.
Oh,
Die
cool.
hard in Spider-Man outfits.
Like a Warriors inspired Spider-Man
No,
outfit?
just
Nah,
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll have to send you, or I'll upload a TikTok of it because it's so funny. And
Yeah.
then there's a whole heap of people that are like, oh, like, where do we meet? Like, can we just join in?
Oh, so like others are just jumping on the bandwagon
Yeah.
and getting Spider-Man suits.
yeah.
I think
Me.
I've got one more home game too, so we'll be able to see it as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably growing because this was like 2 weeks ago it started. They did it over the weekend, and then like they've got another home game coming up. So like it's
cool.
really cool. Like they just get around it.
So good. They got some of the best fans, I feel like, the Warriors.
Well, they're all coming out of the woodworks now.
yeah, you're right.
No, they're all
Right.
jumping.
Like me.
Another one on TikTok. Have you guys seen the Mr. What It Is guy?
Oh, the Warriors.
the remix of that fella, right?
What
I
it
think
is, Para.
What's up? That's it. Every paraboy needs a little hug. I don't know. I think he's the funniest.
It's so funny.
Or I'll have to post that up too. You seen him, eh?
Oh, he's so good. I watched it like, because when you see that, obviously when he did that, when they were playing at Parramatta, I clicked on the page to see like, and it was like the after effects, like after the game, they went to like a pub or whatever. And he
He's
was
still
up on-
going.
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, But he wasn't singing a song. It was full like just freestyle dancing and stuff. I was
Yeah.
so
That's a
funny.
crack up. I'll have to post more for the people that haven't seen. But anyway, I thought that would be funny. Actually, this is back on footy a little bit, but you've been to a few different clubs.
Yeah.
We spoke about Nita. I'm like, I can't talk. I'm the same. I've been to a few different clubs, but you debut with the Roosters. Been to Dragons, Para. Now you're with the Tigers. But actually, we were all at Roosters at the same time, weren't we?
Yeah.
What year was that?
2020?
2020.
Yes,
Yeah.
2020. That's
COVID.
right.
Yeah.
How are you finding Tigers? Because you've been with them for 5 seasons at Harvey's.
Yeah.
And now to finally be there for NRLW. How is it? And how does it kind of compare to the other clubs we've been at?
Yeah, it's good. I find it really hard to compare to other clubs because it's such a different format now with like the 7 weeks preseason, 9 rounds and stuff. It's hard to look back and be like, oh, Roosters did this or
Yep.
Dragons did this. It's like very
Very
hard.
different.
Everything's very different because the whole season and the layout's very different now. But yeah, I've been at the club with the lower grade for since we started in 2019. But yeah, it's been good. It's been fun. I think in the first couple of years we used to ask for great things and it never came to fruition. But now we can ask for whatever, and it starts to get the wheels rolling. But yeah, I think. Oh, I'm just enjoying it. It's so much fun, and it's good that I can finally be loyal to a club and like enjoy my space and call it home. And the club's been mean. They sussed me out a job and a car and everything. So yeah, I'm very lucky at the club.
So cool. And you guys have a brand new Centre of Excellence as well.
Yeah,
correct?
It's so flash.
Yeah, how's that?
It's good. It's been good, especially when I was injured too, having all our recovery stuff all in the one space. So we got pools, saunas, steam rooms, ice baths, all that kind of stuff in the one spot. We have our offices in that up top, big gym there in the field. So it's just
So good.
at every other club, you'd pay a little bit extra on your days off to go and get recovery. So to be able to do it for free now and all in within the same place, the same facility we're very lucky.
Nita, you've got the same. Obviously, we've spoken about it up at Newcastle, but how good is it to feel? You really feel like a professional, don't you?
Oh, 100%. Like exactly what Bo just spoke about, like just having that access to everything. And not only just from a player's perspective, but you feel more loyal to that club because you feel like they value you as a player. And it's been hard to find value at an equal level across all the multiple of NRL clubs that I've been at. So it's like the incentive and being there. And Broncos did it really well for a long period of time. They had their own training facilities as well. And that's right across the road because it was the boys' old facilities. So they were the initial ones. And you can see how much of a difference having those facilities available does. Like they won the first 3 years of the competition. They're still really competitive. But then coming up to Newey and seeing like a brand new facility being built and incorporating the women there has been like unreal.
Because that's the same for you guys, right? Like you guys have your own change rooms,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. You feel special, right? You feel valued.
And it's all like real intimate. So you got like your names and everything on your lockers. We've got a couple like a Legends wall.
Yeah.
It's real awkward because I'm on there and I don't understand
Deservedly?
why. But, nah, and like my face is there, but and it's all men.
Yeah.
That is on the
that's so
Legends
cool.
wall, and then being the only girl up there is pretty cool. Like
that's
so
I was
awesome.
so embarrassed at the start because I was like, oh, this is weird.
No.
But then when you think about it, being the only female up there is pretty cool, and it's cool that the club is buying into the growth of the women's game and giving us a little bit of recognition, which is cool.
And one thing with what Tigers have done this year, they've kept a lot of the local girls from Harvey's, right? A lot of the
Yeah.
girls are ones that have come through the systems. That's unreal.
Yeah, so there's out of the 28 that were contract, or 24 that are contract, there's 21 that are juniors of the Campbelltown
That's crazy.
area, which is Campbelltown and Balmain area, which is really, really cool. And we've always been on the cuffs of doing great things, but never had the opportunity. So now that the girls can kind of, solidify and make their mark in the NRLW space is really cool because it's just going to give them opportunities to be better and, raise the standard and all that kind of stuff.
And imagine how many girls there are, because you guys have a big catchment for West. Like you guys have all of the Campbelltown, MacArthur area, right? But then also
The
Balmain.
Yeah.
Imagine how many little girls there are that are like looking up to you guys, aspiring to be an NRLW player.
Yeah,
It's
which is
pretty
really
special.
cool. And that's kind of what I do as my role in the community space at the club, is going out and nurturing those kind of our catchments and making sure that our girls get back out there and, give back to the grassroots and all the junior league clubs to make sure that, we keep them interested in the Tigers, and then like looking after them and making sure that they can see that this is a pathway and this is a potential space that they want to be in.
Yeah, and just off the back of that, like on Thursday, I had a message from my sister. She was like, "Oh my gosh, we've got some of the Tigers girls coming." She goes, "I hope it's Bo and Salah. Like I'd love to see them." Lo and behold, they turn up there in the afternoon. My niece plays for the Leichhardt, was it the Wanderers? Yeah, Leichhardt Wanderers, and they're through to the semi-final this weekend. But it was like the impact that the players have on all these young girls. So speaking to my niece yesterday, and she was so rapt that, you know, being recognised from an NRLW player, I don't think that you put into context because we hang out outside of, football, but seeing that she said, "Oh, I felt so cool. My friends were like, I was the cool kid at training. Like everybody was like just watching me talk to them." And, you know, she's quite a shy young girl as well, so she's not the most outgoing, but the impact that it had for the girls around her and herself, people don't understand how much it is just to see the players, and up in Newham we do a lot of the same as well, get around to a lot of the schools and a lot of the young girls, so the impact that you're making both off the field is just as large as it is on the field.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's cool to give back to like the young girls that are coming through. We obviously didn't have females come out and see us when we were kids, and to have the opportunity to be that person for the young girls coming through is easy. It's cool. It's fun.
So cool. And you get to do that for work. So what was your job like before coming to the Tigers?
I worked in a factory. I worked at Nestle though, so they were all good. Yeah, used to hook us up with some hot chocolates and coffee. And
I have to say, I love a good Milo.
Dog food. Yeah,
Really?
they look after Purina. So Nestle are like a massive company. They do like noodles and stuff. So they were like, it was a cool spot to work at. It was a job that I was doing 7 till 3, and then anything outside of that was either training or doing extras myself or going out and helping clubs in my spare time. So to be able to do that as a full-time job is like
that's
so
a dream,
lucky.
right?
And the club give me gear to give out to everyone now, so I'm not having to like scrape through my drawers to try and find extra stuff that I can give out to kids, or like going into Origin camp and asking for an extra bag of all the leftovers so I can go hand it out. I actually get gear to give out, because as a kid, free stuff is so cool.
The best.
It can be like a little flag or like a badge or
sticker,
anything free is so cool. So when I go out to clubs, I want to make sure that I can give them as much as I can.
You're like Santa Claus.
Yeah,
That's so nice.
What is Santa Claus?
Is your family all kitted up then if you get some free gifts?
Straight away. It's my first day. They were like, "Oh, this is all the stuff that we donate to like communities." I was like, "Oh yeah, kids, got any extra larges in there?"
Gotta
I
get
got 4 brothers.
Yeah.
My dad's got a polo, track pants, jacket, training tee. He's got the coach's training tee. He's got singlets. All my brothers are hooked up. Christmas presents was sorted.
That's
and
the best.
what was that, October I started? Everyone had Christmas presents ready. My nephews all got like the little, anything that the club's giving away or trying to throw away, I just chuck it in a bag and take it home, give it to someone. It'll come in handy to someone.
Hard.
Yeah.
That stuff's valuable. Like that's like gold. The kids love
like
it.
Singlets and training tees for clubs are like $60 to $80. I'm getting it for free.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I love that. So you're the footy Santa Claus.
Yeah.
So anyone looking for some West Tigers gear?
Yes.
You know who to hit up.
I got to promote.
I might have to just like when we play you, I might have to grab a jersey or something because we're playing out in Campbelltown. No, because the kids always asking my boots. I'm like, cousin, I'm not sponsored.
Come and ask me in round 9.
I was like, you got me $300. You got me for these boots. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sponsored. Like, who's sponsored? And I'm the first person I always say, and she'd probably hate it. She probably doesn't know though, but Hannah, I always go, oh, Hannah's sponsored. And then like, oh, where's Hannah? And I'm like, oh, she's coming.
That's so funny. What did we, okay. So this is something that Corbs and I wanted to ask, because when did you do your ACL last year?
The last round of the first season, which would have been end of March.
Right. Okay, it was in that.
Yeah.
All right.
So
and that was for the second time that you've done an ACL, is that
second
correct?
ACL, but different leg.
Different leg, okay.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Did you know once you'd done it straight away?
Yeah, I knew straight away. As soon as I hit the ground, I was like, oh, damn, it's done. Because you feel like there's a certain pop that you feel, or tear or whatever it is, and you just know straight away that it's not good.
Yeah,
and I think everyone can tell, because I was straight up. I don't cry. I don't like to be emotional in front of people, but as soon as I hit the ground, I knew any opportunity that I would have had that year was gone. And as soon as I hit the ground, I started crying. I was so sad. My heart was so sad.
No, I
was like, oh no. Yeah,
I was so sad because I was like, what?
Yeah.
We didn't know what had happened, and so it didn't come back to us until we went into the sheds at halftime, and they were like, oh, Bo's out. And I was like, what do you mean,
What do you mean?
Bozo? I know that
Yeah.
she limped off. I was like, oh, did she pull her hammy? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Because
See, I'd
she-
rather a hammy. Hammies aren't too bad. Oh, well, they're
Hard.
trash, but
not
they're
12
like
months.
Yeah, it's not 12 months.
Well, you were having issues with your hamstring. That's
Yeah.
why I presumed it was your hamstring.
Right.
And we still didn't know. They just said that she's out for the rest of the game, and Tiana stayed out the back. And then, obviously, afterwards, when we lost, we got flogged by Broncos. It was just sad. We went back to because we had to fly back home. So that was the last time that we were allowed in the what are they? The
Virgin
lounge
Lounge?
rooms? Yeah, the lounge rooms. So they had Summersby
bar
cider.
tab, eh?
Yeah, they had Summersby ciders. I think we drank the whole fridge
the
out of
whole-
Summersby ciders, like our whole team. We were like, because our flight got delayed or whatever. We were there for like a couple hours, and we
Yeah.
were just like banging it.
They
It
keep
was-
coming over and like, shh, girls, you gotta go. It's gotta shh. Like, we're lost. We're injured.
And
We're
you're
drinking.
injured. Oh no. So
Yeah.
one of my niece's teammates, she plays under 12s tackle. One of the girls in her team did her ACL, and that's like unheard of, right? Like you don't
That
really think
young.
of girls doing that young. But I remember it happened, and I remember hearing like, some of the parents are saying, oh, they think it might be a knee, and I was like, shit, like you'd
Yeah.
hope it's not an ACL. And then I remember hearing some of the girls after the game, because I was like, oh, where's Michaela? Like, is she okay? And they're like, oh, she's hurt her knee, but she just probably won't train this week, but she should be fine next week. And I was just kind of like, it was sad how oblivious they
Yeah.
are to the fact of like how big an ACL injury is. To think that they will be like back the next week.
Yeah.
I was like, you're dreaming. If she's done her knee, it's like, it's a minimum, like usually 9 months.
Yeah,
right? That's
9
best
months if
case.
you're like got the perfect rehab system going on.
Yeah.
Probably safer just to do that extra 3 months because
Yes.
it's so likely to do it
Go
again
again.
within the first 3 months of playing.
Yeah.
So you might as well just wait an extra 3 months and get it strong and get fit
Make
again
sure.
instead of risking it all. Yeah.
And is that what
Okay.
you did? Because yours was quite a long, was it?
No,
like a
yeah, mine
12
was
month?
16 months.
16.
Yeah, so the reason I done my ACL was I have I don't know what it is, like arthritis in the back of my left kneecap.
Right.
So anytime I go to slow down, I can't put pressure because it's like the sharp shock pain through my kneecap.
Yep.
And so the whole time I was just using my other leg to stop. And
Gotcha.
the whole season, I couldn't train throughout the whole week of that first NRL. I just trained captain's run and then played.
Right.
And yeah, it was just that last game. I was like, oh, we'll just get through this game and then we'll fix this one. And then, yeah, first 20 minutes gone and it was the end of the season. So, yeah, once I got to that 9 months mark, I still wasn't running. And it had already been 9 months
9
because
months
I
and
still couldn't walk up or downstairs on my good leg that
Oh,
I
shit.
hadn't had surgery on.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, so then they wouldn't let me run. And then, so I didn't run till 10 months.
Far
And
out.
everyone else is running at like 3 and 4 months.
Okay, so tell me this. I might get you in trouble a little bit, but we were in Brara at the start of the year
Oh, yeah.
and you were doing your first run. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
like one of the first runs. And we were, the couple of girls that I was with, we were going to do a broken bronco.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, we're going to do this. Like, you do whatever you need to do. And you're
Yeah.
like, nah, I'll be all good. I'll
Yeah,
just do
I
the
just
same.
jumped because it's so hard when you're injured and you can't do what everyone else is doing. And I was like, oh, we're in Raro, no one's gonna know. I'll just run. That was
it.
sweet. It was sore, but my ACL has always been sweet. It's just my other leg that
Doing-
yeah. So I hope the Tigers aren't listening, but but they told me
Hey, you made it.
September, and that was what's that March? Oh no, I had-
January.
Yeah, they told me
Jan.
I would be sweet by September, so then I started running on the side in September, and they're like, no, we're not going to let you run. And I was like, oh, you told me September, I'm going to start in September. And then it got to like December, and they're like, no, we can't let you run until next year. I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll stop running for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I got a job, and if they drop me, I've got no job too. And so then I didn't run my first run again until February.
Far out.
And that was almost a whole year after doing
done
it.
it.
So I did it in March, but then I thought, oh, fuck, I'm going to be out for so long. I might as well like enjoy this like month.
Yeah.
Because I
Before
know,
surgery, was
before
it?
surgery, yeah. So I could have had surgery a couple of weeks later, but I was like, oh, fuck, I'm going to go do some
YOLO.
fun stuff that, because when we play footy, you don't get time to travel, you don't get time to, prioritize yourself. You want to, become an NRLW player, you want to be the best NRL player that you can. So,
Yep.
NRLW, sorry. So yeah, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to go party for a little bit, enjoy my time. I don't usually drink, so I might as well
Yeah.
make the most of it. And I had just left like my last partner, and he was a bit of a shit cunt. So I was like, oh, you could probably take that out. But I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, soak up this moment and have heaps of fun. And it was kind of the best thing I did, because I went into surgery with a happy heart and like a happy spirit. So I was ready to tackle the next 12 months that it was supposed to be. And with every knockback that I was getting, I think it was lucky that I did take that month and a half to, do whatever I wanted to do, and then go through it and be all good.
I can't remember. Did you get surgery before we went to the snow for my birthday?
Yeah. So that was like, it would have been, I think I just got out of my brace when we went to
And you went to the snow. I remember that, because I didn't end up coming. And I remember hearing that Bo went, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Bo went with a bung ACL.
I know.
And
I just got it out of my brace.
Yeah, and you actually, weren't you skiing or?
Nah, see,
No?
I was the
Or you
photographer, because I was like, I can't really do anything.
Weren't you in a, like one of those sled?
Yeah, so the one time
Are
I
you
was
going to
like,
get in trouble again? Are we meant to be talking about this?
No, it's on social media, so it's all right. It's living. We're just out here living my best
Hey,
life.
it was pre these arrangements, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You crashed. Didn't you crash in the sled?
No,
on the
someone
toboggan?
ran me over. The whole slope goes down, so I don't know why this fella was coming this way. He was only like a 12-year-old boy. I was like, oh man, I've been watching these guys snowboard and ski this whole time. I just jump on this little sled, like
have a little
boogie
ride.
board looking thing. Yeah, I was like, we'll just go down this little thing, and I was going down. These guys were videoing me. I was like, yeah, it wasn't going very fast. I was like, yeah, this is close to skiing. Then this little kid come out of nowhere and just crashed into me, and then he yelled at me. I was like,
Brother.
bro, you're going the wrong way. So I just turned around and just carried on skiing. And these guys are like, he's over there screaming. I was like, well, he's screaming at the wrong person. He's going the wrong way. It's not my fault.
No, here's us thinking that she's hurt herself. I was
Exactly.
like, the only time she actually went down on it, and then come to
Gets
realise
crushed.
why no one else rides the toboggan in the spot where we ride it. It's like in this little short area just outside like the bar part, if you've ever been to Perisher. And like literally everybody practices there. And like we didn't see any toboggans. Like they were there, but they were a little bit down. And because it's like the entryway where everybody comes around to go back up on the lifts.
Oh,
So
he was
everybody
going
comes
around.
down. He was
I
at
thought
fault.
he was in the wrong. I was in the wrong. But he was like, he flipped his thing come off, and he's like lying on the ground screaming. And I like looked at him. I was like, hey, this is your fault. And then I just carried on going down the hill.
Do you have the video of that?
I do.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
got that on
gosh,
my
send
thing
it.
too.
We'll post it up. That is the funniest thing.
And he
Interesting.
comes straight into my knee too, and I was like, oh shit. I'm already not supposed to be on this thing. I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
got a 12-year-old boy crying on the side because he crashed into me. He's
Get
like,
out of
hey!
my way.
I was like, hey, you hey. You're on the wrong.
Well, like there was us, like, you know, our
dead.
partners, Jack and Bronny, were there. We're like, what is it? We're like, oh, what is he going to do? He might tell his parents. It's like, oh, we got their parents.
Yeah,
I was like, you
Just
got their
shaping up. I was
parents.
like, you
I've
can
already
find
been in
a-
trouble.
I can't really fight. I will just carry on skiing down the hill and you guys suss them out. Eh?
Yeah.
That's the
Because
best.
that's what the boys were doing. They were like looking to go around, like look to see where this kid belonged to. And yeah, no one came over. Hey,
Nah, poor little
they would have
fella.
seen us and they would have been like, oh, we're not going to go.
Yeah.
We're like the only brown people on the hill.
They wouldn't be missing with you then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only ones. And there was another like looked like an islander, and he had jeans on.
In the snow with his jeans on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like we didn't even know what he was doing, but we were like, yep, there's not many of us.
You can definitely tell who the brown people on the mountain are.
God. Oh my gosh. All right. So not ideal. Straight out of your brace, straight
Yeah.
into a snowing accident.
Those first 6 months were probably the longest because I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I hate the gym. I don't like to go do the gym, but I had to learn to love it because that's the only type of exercise you get. And when you don't run,
Yeah.
you feel like everything just sits in your heart for so much longer. So I was like, I'm gonna have to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But thank God I'm at the COE, like the Centre of Excellence, and there's so much cool flash stuff that I could do it all. And I had one of the S&C guys, Benny Mussolino, who was on my case and got me training really hard. So yeah, grateful.
So good.
Grateful.
And you got back to where you meant to be now.
Yeah,
You're back
finally.
playing.
I'm still quite far from where I want to be, but great.
That's all right.
Small wins, got to celebrate small wins.
Exactly right. You're back in it. Now, do you have some goals for the year or for next year in the coming years?
Probably just get through the year
Yeah.
injury free and just and like make sure that we do quite well on the ladder. It's our first season. We don't want to be wooden spooners, but I just want to make sure that the young girls that are debuting with us, and this is their first NRLW season, that it's the best and most fun time of their footy career. So
that's cool.
That's why I'm happy with what I've done, and I know I'm not in a position to make any rep teams at the moment. But yeah, I'm just making sure that everyone around me is enjoying their footy and, you know, soaking up this moment, because you know, it's a big deal to make your NRLW debut, and obviously we were all a part of the first year, and it wasn't as big of a deal to debut back in 2018. So to see all the young girls come through and doing it now it's cool, and it's cool that I get to be a part of their journey.
Absolutely. What a leader. That was said like a true leader.
See, not
Look
a
at you.
captain for nothing.
Exactly. And hey, I don't agree with what you said in terms of the representative teams. I don't think you're far off that. So don't say that out loud. And there's a really good opportunity at the end of the year. They just announced last year that they're going to have the Pacific Championships. So
which is exciting.
Yeah. 2 months of international
Footy.
games.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So there's going to be 6 men's teams and 7 women's teams who will take part in the tournament across 2 pools. So they're saying that's going to start October 14. There'll be games in Hamilton,
Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, Papua New Guinea, Melbourne, Townsville. So they're all over the place.
In
so
New Zealand?
New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, Auckland, yeah.
The teams, the women's teams, they've got Australia, New Zealand, obviously. Cooks are in there, Samoa, Tonga,
Papua New Guinea.
Fiji. So that's the 7. Let's talk about it, because there's a bit of chat around like the eligibility. So traditionally, what is it? It's if you play.
So if you play for a Tier 1 nation like in New Zealand, Australia or England, you can't transfer in between those teams. But obviously with the other teams, like because they're in the Pacific nation, you've got your Tongas, you've got your Samoas, PNG and all the rest. They're still eligible to obviously play up into that Tier 1 nation. So for instance, like you've got players that could potentially go across and play for Tonga for this test match series, but then still be eligible for your things like your state of origin. So for me, I think that's super exciting, because what we'll see at the moment, we've had the girls, like, if you look at the players across the competition, there's almost 50% of the NRLW players are, actually I think it's more than 50% of NRLW players as of last year were of Māori or Pacific descent.
It's massive.
Yeah. So from that, they'll be eligible for like your Tongas, your Samoas. I'm really interested to hear about like your thoughts on some of the players who'll be eligible for these, because we know in our mind there's some really elite players. You've got for Tonga, for instance, you've got Maima Taufa, you've got Tiana Penatani, you've got
Nes Foliaki,
Mele Hufanga. There's so many great players that would be eligible for these countries.
Tonga would have an awesome team.
Yeah. Samoa would have a cool team too.
Samoa as well. So who are some of the girls for Samoa?
Salah.
Yep.
Lay.
Is
Christian
Pio.
Samoan.
Vani Palidi.
Yeah.
Right.
You've got, who else is there? We're missing.
Fui.
Yeah. Talia Fuimaono, Aneta Nuasala, Amber Paris Hall.
Oh my gosh,
these teams would be stacked. There's such an array of players that we can think about just off the top of our head. Like this is just off the top of the head. If we were actually to write it down, and I'm sure you'll get a list out there, like just of all the names and the eligibility.
Yes, we should put together some teams.
Potential teams.
That'd
Yes,
be
you've got to
unreal.
do that for your next week. Do your 1 to 13 at least.
Yeah. So these teams will be unreal. Then would you think, what about, well, Australia's still going to have a gun team across the board. Do you reckon the Kiwis might suffer a little bit in terms of losing a few?
Yeah, it just depends what they're willing to offer, because with these competitions, like obviously I work for the RLPA. What's been put forward is equal payments across this competition. So, so that's going to be really huge, even to try and keep them in the Australian catchment.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of players that not just in New Zealand but in the Australian catchment where if everybody's getting the equal amount of money, there's no one's really ahead in any area, like in terms of money, because for girls we don't make as much as the boys. Getting like say a $5,000 for one test match, that's huge for a player, you know. That sets you up, and it makes it all the worthwhile when you're making those sacrifices, because previously if you were to play these test matches for like your Fiji or your PNG, there's not necessarily the same amount of money that's involved. So having everybody on the
trip. having
everybody on the same playing field, like I think
makes it interesting.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I know New Zealand would suffer immensely.
Yeah.
It'd be a great opportunity for players to come through, but then obviously, like we just said a few of those names, like, man, they're integral to a part of, like, the Kiwis as it is.
Yeah. So there was a lot of backlash when the boys did that for the World Cup last year. So a lot of the boys who chose to play for Tonga or Samoa, who are Origin players, and there were a lot of people saying they should be playing for Australia.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they should just make it a free-for-all for the women? Because obviously our game's not at that level. To make it exciting, because Australia's obviously the most dominant team. No one's really... New Zealand got close, but... still.
That still be eligible.
Yeah.
Because of the currently they're not tier 1 nation.
yeah.
What if
Only
players
Australia-
wanted to go to, say, New Zealand or something as well, like just to mix it up? Do you
Yeah.
reckon players would? Again, if it's equal money, if they are Kiwi as well?
Well, I know that there's been conversations, like I've had plenty of conversations with players about them previously playing for Australia. They've been stood down from the international space for about 5 or 6 years now. Would love the opportunity to play for New Zealand.
Yeah.
But don't quite get that opportunity because the rules have changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So would
Yeah.
that be cool? Is that something they should be looking at? Just let
100%.
everyone go wherever they want to
100%.
play?
Hard. And like we get to play for the Māori All Stars, so we know how like special that moment is to represent like our people and our culture. So for the girls who obviously align themselves with Australia but have Tongan blood in them, like to be able to represent that side of your family is massive.
Massive.
Yeah, and it's special. Like obviously Australia give us so much more opportunities
Opportunity.
to play and all that kind of stuff, but if you get to represent your people, it's a whole different ball game.
It's going to be exciting to see. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and like you can see from the success of the World Cup, like Samoa made the grand final. Like who would have thought that? Like just because all these handful of players put their hand up to represent their heritage. Like I think we can see the same successes across the female space. And once that space starts really being super competitive, because at the moment, like look at the grand final for the World Cup.
Exactly.
We
It was a
got
blowout.
absolutely pumped.
Yeah.
By Australia, like it wasn't even funny. It was very sad actually. Talk about being sad. That's very sad. But like you could see how competitive like the international space could become, and that's how you grow the game.
Yeah. Well, should be good to see. Hopefully we do see some players jumping across, hey, because
Yeah.
that will make for a really exciting competition.
Yeah, all it takes is one player.
That's
And
it.
we know that there's a lot of influential players that are of those heritage, and there's so much young talent coming through. Like we haven't even named the younger
Exactly.
players as
There'll
well.
be
We've
so
just
many.
we've named like these established legends.
Off
that
the
is-
top of our heads,
yeah.
hey. Yeah, you're right. Well, we'll chat a little bit more on that in episodes to come. We have gone over time, but we're going to wrap up really quickly. We're going to do some quick fire questions for you, okay?
Sweet.
So we'll go 1 for 1, Nita. I'll go first. So who was your favourite player or athlete growing up?
Corey Jane was my favourite player. He was an All Black, a
Yep.
winger. Yeah, I loved him. And female. I used to like Irene Van Dyke and
Yes.
Netball?
yeah,
You know.
even though I'd
netball?
never played netball and I
That's
hated
cool.
netball, but
Yep.
she was just an
goat.
inspirational female
Yes.
athlete that we could look up to. And what's the shot putter's name?
Oh, Valerie Adams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Valerie Adams. Like those were the only two kind of female
Female
athletes
athletes.
that we even knew about up
Yeah.
north. So those, and I was in athletics, so I thought they were the coolest people ever.
That's cool. I love it.
Who is the hardest opponent you've faced?
Hardest opponent.
Do one for Union and one for League.
Union. Oh shit, I can't remember anything.
Just go with whatever you can think of.
Union. Probably Charlotte Caslick.
Nice.
She's the man, eh?
Yeah.
She's just too skillful, too fast, too fit.
Yep.
And League. Oh, probably Amber Hall. She's just a bit scary,
I said the
eh?
same
That's
thing.
the same. Best player or teammate that you've played beside?
Best player or teammate? Damn, I should have really studied these questions. eh? Damn. Nita. I actually rate Neats. She's the one that got me over to League as well.
There
and
we
I think
go.
she's pretty good. She's real bossy out there.
So bossy.
But she's very wise.
There we
Oh,
go.
With her old
thanks.
age.
How happy do you feel?
I'm grateful because I said you too, Bo.
Oh,
You did
thanks.
that.
I'm not sure if the people would have saw, but she did do a little. So it might have
Yeah,
been
she's
rigged.
like, yeah. How could I not
Lunch
see?
after.
Yeah. Okay. If you could be a professional in one other sport, what would it be?
Golf.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you any good?
Nah.
Oh.
Trash.
That's okay.
But there's no running.
Right.
And you can drive in a golf cart to the next spot.
like these
and I've
reasons.
gone to golf, like, working at the club, they chuck you in like golf charity tournaments, and I suck. But I watched like Noddy and some of the men's legends of the game play golf, and they're like real like technical about everything. Noddy's got these goggles, binocular things that see how far the flagpole hole thing is. And yeah, I can throw the ball further than I can hit it, but like that looks like and they're rich as, so that's my type of sport.
That's such a good answer.
I love that answer. I love all your reasonings. I might have to take golf up. Watch out.
Yeah, hard. Should we start it? We can do it as like a little side hobby, guys.
Oh, let's do it.
I'm
over
mean on the
summer.
green.
Yeah.
Mean on the green. Can't get to the green though.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
What would your last meal be?
My last meal. What time of the day am I dying?
Whenever you like.
You can have a combination.
Yeah, so if I die at breakfast, I would love pancakes with bacon, maple syrup, strawberries, ice cream, and banana.
You're American kind of breakfast
Yeah.
girl. Love it.
If I die at lunch, let's just die at dinner. If I die at dinner, I'll have like my sister-in-law Phoebe makes the meanest lasagna, so I'll have that. I can't even eat red meat, but I just eat that one, and it gets sick later. Just suffer for a good feed.
You're so funny.
What is the most used app on your phone?
Probably Instagram. I don't have Facebook or TikTok or anything like that, so I just
Got to get on the
Jam.
ticky.
I know, see, because then I'll just play on my phone the whole
Yeah,
time.
it'll take up
true,
too much of your time.
I do play this game on my phone, and it's like what is it called? You Save the King, and it's like a
Oh,
game, and you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
connect all the coloured
Yeah.
blocks.
I think
and
I do
stuff.
that too.
Do you? What level are you on?
Is it called Royal?
Yeah, Royal Match. Yeah, what level are you on?
I love that. Or
Not that good.
I was up there, but then I haven't played in maybe 6 months now.
I even joined a team on Royal
Oh,
Match. Yeah.
Wait, what?
We're like
what round are you on? I need to find now.
I'm on 1,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
you've been
I'm
playing for
the
a
man
couple-
at that.
You've been playing for ages then.
Yeah, I play it
Is that
every
a good
night.
year? That's probably more than a year's worth
Yeah.
of work. Yeah, that's.
I'm on
1,000?
level 193, so
Oh, so
Oh,
it's
you're
catch
an
up.
a long way off.
Yeah, I joined a team, and like if you die and use all your lives, you like message the group chat, and you're like, "Hey guys, can you send me some lives?" It gets like pretty saucy. This fellow was on the group chat, and like some lady called Sue on there request lives, and he's like, "Oh bloody Sue, always requesting lives, but doesn't give us any." And I was like, "Yeah, fucking Sue."
Oh,
Yeah.
Sue
But
isn't
the-
a team player. When
Yeah,
you kick
I
Sue
know.
out.
Get rid
Sue
of
needs
her.
to get dropped. Our team name is called the Gate Crashers.
Who made this up?
I don't know. It was on the thing, and I got 100 lives if I joined the team. So I did
that's
it.
So cool. I can't deal with you. It's really funny.
Okay, next question. What's your favorite song?
Favorite song? Oh man.
Or artist, maybe.
Favorite artist would be 660.
Nice.
I think they're the coolest band that I know of, and they're the only band that I've been to a concert for. So I really like 660. Favorite song? I don't know. I just listen to old school R&B. I'm not a very big fan of change. I like to know the words.
Yeah.
If I don't know the words, then I don't want to listen to the song.
I feel that.
So I'm like stuck in the 90s.
Next.
I'm like, I don't know the words.
Yeah.
I can
Good
get around
chat.
that.
What's your favorite TV show or series?
Favorite TV show of like
All
all
time?
forever would be the Kardashians. I love the
Oh,
Kardashians.
yes.
It's like my favorite. I like stay up till it gets released the next week. Like I hate, you know, back in the days when TV shows was like once a week and you had to wait
The
a whole
worst.
week. Like Netflix just is my life because I don't have to wait. I can just watch the whole season, and then this last season they release every Thursday night. So I've just been like watching a couple of seasons earlier. I just love the Kardashians. They're so
That's good.
rich. They've got such tough lives.
It's easy to watch, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a dumb
so
watch.
dramatic.
I like that too.
Yeah. What else have I watched? Nah, it's just the Kardashians is my favorite.
I love that. Good
Okay,
one.
and
Final one.
if you weren't a footballer, what would you be?
Like in reality, or was it like a dream? If I was like
A dream.
a dream, celebrity maybe.
The Kardashian.
Oh, I would love to be a Kardashian. What would you say my name would be? Because we have to start with a K.
Ooh,
Cotil.
that's the worst.
Yeah, that's
Okay, sorry.
Kaylani.
Kayla. Oh,
That's too fobby.
yeah, way too far for a
Kalani.
What,
Kardashian.
do you think you're Armenian?
Yeah.
Well, I need to be if I'm a Kardashian.
Can't
Well,
deal.
Courtney is Armenian.
She is. Oh, she,
What would your
name.
name be? You tell us.
maybe like Kayla.
I like
Kayla,
it.
and I would want to be just after Chloe, like in the list.
Order,
Or no, I would want to be the youngest because the youngest is always the favourite.
Yes.
And Kylie's super rich, so I would just
Be richer.
Yeah, be
You'd
richer
be-
because I'm the youngest and
There
the
we
favourite.
go. Kayla Kardashian.
Kayla, see, it sounds
It
cool. eh?
really works.
Hi, my name is Kayla Kardashian. I sound like a Kardashian too. And I would have a fake butt as well.
You would?
Yeah, fake
Yeah.
butt. I probably wouldn't do the lips, but I'd have a fake butt.
I thought they've like gotten rid of it, or have they done bum reductions or something like? They're not so into it. I thought.
They're on that they're on that stuff like for diabetes, aren't they, to make them skinny? So
Oh.
Yo,
Yeah.
because they do like they exercise, but there is not any muscle on their arms.
yeah.
Like when
No.
you watch the show, it's super skinny.
Yeah, so like there's apparently this medicine that you take if you're on diabetes and stuff, and it like pretty much eats away at your body, and that's what they do. That like it's like a weight loss thing, yeah.
Just keep you like thick in the right places.
I'm not too sure exactly what it does. I've just know that I've read some stuff and heard some stuff that if you take this like stuff, the diabetes medicine, that it aids in weight loss.
Wow.
That's
I'd-
why Kimmy
I would
Cub's
be
looking
there.
like a stick.
Yeah, I would be a healthy Kardashian.
Okay,
Like-
I'm glad.
Who's healthy? None of them.
Courtney.
Courtney.
Courtney's like a hippie. Now.
She's
like
just a
into the natural
weirdo.
stuff.
She used to be funny, but now she's a bit strange. She's a bit
I'm
try
not-
hard.
Yeah, okay. I haven't watched in a long time.
Who's your favorite Kardashian?
I used to love Chloe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause she's funny in normal way.
Yes.
What about you?
I like Scott Disick.
He's not a Kardashian.
Well, he's in the Kardashians. He's
Did
my
you not
absolute
just hear
favorite.
what you said? Disick.
Scott Kardashian. Nah, he's isn't but a crackhead for a moment, eh?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
there's
he's so
moments.
funny.
He is funny though.
Mm.
Who's yours?
My favorite is Chloe too.
Chloe.
Yeah, or Kayla.
You are
she
the new
becomes a
favorite. You're our new
Yeah,
favorite.
Kayla.
Oh gosh.
Mad Monday, I'm dressing up as Kayla Kardashian. We're calling it now. Watch this space.
Well, Kayla Kardashian's been so good having you on today. So thank you so much for coming in. And Nita, thank you for filling in for Corby.
Thanks. I just think I've just found my new calling. So, Corbs, if you ever need me again, you know where I
We'll
am.
call you up.
Yeah, I thought Corb's named her little follower after me too. I was trying to claim that. When I seen the release of it, I was like, but she must really like me.
Pay me some royalties.
Yeah.
That's the best.
She just
Bowden.
buoyed it up. Bodie.
Bowden. I love
Nothing
it.
to do with Bodie Barrett, but all
Or
to do
you.
with me.
With Botille. Or Kayla Kardashian, as you're now known as. Thank you for coming on. We love you. All the best with the rest of your season.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you soon.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.